ever committee meeting of the Government Efficiency Committee. And as you hear the joking up here, this committee, if any, should start on time because we are to be efficient. So we will try to hold to that standard and start on time and end on time. So welcome. I'm Senator Renee Erickson. I will be chairing this committee, and I'd like to begin with, first of all, a request. I'm going to change the order a little bit out of the gate so we can be more efficient with folks' times. We'll start with bill introductions. Do we have any bill introductions? Yep. Mr. Barker.
Madam Chair, Clay Barker, General Counsel for the Kansas Secretary of State. We'd like to introduce one bill, 25 RS 0194, which is repealing what we believe are some antiquated filings with our office.
Are there any objections to the bill introduction? Seeing none, we accept it. Thank you very much. We will move now to introduction of committee members and staff. I will start with my vice chair, Senator Murphy.
Thank you, Chair Erickson. Glad to be here. Michael Murphy, 34th District, 3 counties in South Central Kansas, and 4 years in the House prior to this. And my friend over here to the left indicates that I should tell you that I was a retired airline pilot as well.
And I'll go next to the ranking minority member, Senator Holscher.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair. Senator Cindy Holscher from Senate District 8, Overland Park area. This is my second term in the Senate. Did 2 terms in the House prior to crossing over, so glad to be here.
And then we'll go to Senator Thomas and then work our way back around. So Senator Thomas.
All right, Adam Thomas, Senate District 23. It's a good chunk of Olathe, Spring Hill, Johnson County, Miami County. Served 6 years in the House. I'm excited to be in the Senate. This is my first term, and I'm looking forward to creating more government efficiency for sure. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senator Doug Shane from Senate District 37, freshman senator. It's northern Miami County and southwestern Johnson, so that includes Gardner, Edgerton, and southwestern Olathe. Looking forward to serving on this committee. Thank you.
Good morning, Senator Rick Billinger. I'm from Goodland, Kansas. I represent the 40th District, which is 14 counties in northwest Kansas. I have Cheyenne, Decatur, Rollins, Norton, Phillips, Graham, Sheridan, Thomas, Sherman, Logan, Wallace, Trigo, and Ellis County.
Is that all, Senator Billinger?
I had the only Senate district that didn't change.
Well, we should have added a few more just for good measure.
Well, I have 175 miles I-70, so.
Thank you, Senator Billinger. Senator Alley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do not have that many counties, but I do have about 5 counties. I represent Senate District 32 in southeast Kansas, and proud to be here. This is my starting the 3rd term.
Senator Schmidt.
Good morning. Patrick Schmidt, Senate District 19 with Shawnee and Douglas County.
And Senator Thompson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senator Mike Thompson from Senate District 10, which is Shawnee, Lake Quivira, Lenexa, parts of Lenexa, parts of Olathe. Happy to be on this committee. My old truck only has 250,000 miles as opposed to Senator Billinger's has 450,000. So I'm trying to catch up. Thank you, Madam Chair.
We'll go next to our staff. We'll start with the revisers.
Thank you, Madam Chair. David Weiss with the Reviser Statutes Office. This is going to be my 15th session.
I am Tamara Lawrence. I'm also with the Reviser of Statutes Office.
I'm Asai Noti, and I'm from AV Tag.
Good morning, committee. My name is Stephen Wu. I am with the Legislative Research Department. I work with the fiscal side of the department.
Good morning. I'm Matthew Willis. I'm also with the Research Department, but I'm a research analyst.
Connie Burns. I'm the committee assistant, and this is my 31st year.
And Shirley, we cannot forget Shirley. Would you please introduce yourself? I'm sorry, Gordon, I didn't see you slip in, so. There we go. There we go. Welcome, and thank you to staff who has already worked diligently on a lot in preparation for this committee being a brand-new committee. So thank you, and thank you for those of you who are attending today. Some housekeeping things that I just want to go over. We are a paperless committee, and so you will find all of the documents on the website, so please bring your laptops going forward. We will provide a paper copy of the agenda, just because it's probably easier than trying to flip back and forth. So you will get a paper copy of the agenda. Anything else, please have your office assistant print yourself. And amendments, yes, those will be paper, so. Any questions about that? Moving on to the committee rules, I want to let you know that the committee rules are available. A little bit different this year. We combined committee rules with conferee rules. So we just basically have one set. We will, I'll give you a chance to look at those. Please be ready to approve or ask questions or make changes at our next meeting on Thursday. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of time to peruse those, make sure you understand, ask any questions then, okay? I know there's been some question about exactly what is this Committee on Government Efficiency going to do. So I want to just let you know some of the goals and objectives that we have. Of course, government efficiency kind of says it all in the title, but what all does that entail? And the goals that I have for this committee are that we will create government efficiency. What does that look like? It runs the gamut. We will be looking at budgets. We'll be looking at financial efficiencies. We'll be looking at rules and regs to look at for efficiencies. And we'll be looking at every aspect of how we do business of government to look for those efficiencies. And why is that important? Well, because when we're efficient with what we do, we provide better services for our constituents. I'm just going to give you a heads up that I fully anticipate as we delve into these subjects, we're going to hear a lot of pushback, but we need to remember in creating efficiencies, we maximize our resources for those that they are intended for. And it stops giving resources to those that they are not intended for. And so I think it's incumbent upon us as stewards that we've been charged with and have been entrusted by our constituents to keep that goal in mind. The more efficient we are, the better we can provide services and resources for our constituents. And that's what we should be focused on. It also creates trust with our public. If they know that we are being efficient with resources, that's what they are clamoring for. I think we see that not just in Kansas, but in other states and nationally, that the more efficient we are, the public trusts us because they know we're going to be efficient with their resources. So I think there's a lot of things that we can do. The challenge is there's so much to do. How do we approach this in a way that is, I jokingly told a reporter, how are we efficient with our Government Efficiency Committee? So that's really the challenge, and I will be having conversations with each of you. I can tell you since this committee was announced, I have been flooded with people saying, you need to look at this, you need to look at that, hey, this happened to me, or agencies have come forward and said, can you please help us? This regulation makes no sense. Can we please get it off of our backs so that we can focus on what we should be doing? We are going to look at those, make no mistake. However, we also need to be looking at long-term systemic changes so that we aren't just doing one-offs and taking, one-off problems, but how do we prevent those long-term and establish an efficient systemic form of government? So kind of a twofold mission. We'll hit some of those low-hanging fruit, but also with the goal of establishing long-term changes to make sure that going forward, we don't get caught back on these one-offs. Does that make sense? Okay, any questions at this point? Yes, sir, Senator Schmidt. Oh, okay. Thumbs up. Sounds good. Hey, we're off to a good start here. Originally, I will tell you that we had a heavy lift, and as I said, I've asked staff over the break to be preparing a lot of materials for us, and we had scheduled some content for this morning because the other thing I need to tell you is we're easing into it. We will be planning to meet at least Monday through Thursday and probably most Fridays because of the scope of the charge of this committee and just making sure we get it established properly. Okay, so please plan on meeting Monday through Thursday every week and probably most Fridays. And so as we were planning for today's meeting, staff informed me that they are just not prepared. It was a bigger ask than they had anticipated. And so we will move that to Thursday and begin delving into our content on Thursday. So don't get used to that because we're going to maximize every minute that we have. With that, are there any comments, questions at this point from the committee? Okay, catch your breath. Get ready for Thursday when we really start hitting the ground running. In the meantime, I will be reaching out to meet one-on-one with you to hear your ideas, your concerns, what you would like to tackle in this committee because, guys, we have a golden opportunity. We get to create this from the ground up, and I want all of your input. Okay? Staff, anything that I forgot? Thank you for being here. Have a great day. We will see you on Thursday. We are adjourned.